All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to a Serial Killers podcast. My name is Glenn Spillman, and alongside me, as always, is
Carl. Oh, Larry.
yeah, baby. He's got that
Bow,
one nine
chicka, wow,
hundred voice.
wow.
Hey, man, we're chilling out here outside of Sacramento, and it is actually 72 degrees here in Cali, where we are anyway. Perfect.
Fantastic.
But in Carl's mom's basement where we're at, it's nice and.
We're not in Carl's mom's basement.
No, we always say that, but it's kind of like a Wayne's World thing, man. We're like just two dudes chilling, like we always say.
It's fun to say though.
Yeah, it is fun to say.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But no, we're at Carl's, man. We're just chilling out, man, and we got your cat. What's your cat's name again?
Tommy.
Tommy, the Tommy cat.
Yeah.
Went to the vet this morning and
Oh yeah.
got a little vaccination and.
Did a little bit of throwing up.
Yeah, don't like that too much.
He gets car sickness, it seems. Just kind of pukes when he's in the car. And shits too, apparently. He did a full evacuation, actually,
that
today.
Sucks, dude, from both
Puking
ends.
and shitting. Just get it all out of his system. He's good to go.
And
but he was clean on the way back.
There we go.
You know, I had to clean it out, though. The vets don't do that.
Right.
You have to clean up your own shit and puke.
Hey, guys, let us know what you think of the podcast, for one. And number two, let us know, because the podcast before this one and this one right now, we're using new microphones that we got from Mono. But it's spelled Maono. It's kind of weird. But yeah, just let us know, because I know that it sounds different. I mean, Carl and I listened to it, and it totally sounds a heck of a lot better than it did before.
Dude. It makes the difference when you have the microphone.
Yeah. Today's podcast is about the day in the life of a filmmaker. Now, that encompasses everything, because in this film series that we are doing, we are literally, Carl and I are literally doing everything. We're writing the series. We are doing all the social media setup and engagement. We're doing casting. We're doing
coming up with songs.
We're emailing possible product placement people, and we're shucking and jiving. Well, one of the things that you have to do, obviously, when you make a film is you got to cast the damn thing. Yeah. You have to get not only the actors, but you got to get the crew, even if it's basic, like a sound person, obviously a DP, and it is.
I gotta ask one question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
When you've cast people, because I know you've probably cast quite a few.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed anybody that has the kind of like, I'm better than everyone else kind of attitude, and my shit doesn't stink? Everyone should be bowing before my feet and be glad that I'm here on the project. You ever had that?
Oh yeah, I have. And are you talking about this particular one or ones before?
Oh,
this?
just any.
Oh yeah.
Project. Yeah.
Yes, I have. I actually have had people. I mean, when I got on set one time, I thought they were joking when they made this request. I really did, because they go, I want, because I always ask people, hey, on set, is there anyone allergic to anything, nuts, or, because I don't want to put peanut butter, protein bar, and someone accidentally eat it and die.
Yeah, make sure they're not allergic to it. Yeah.
Or shelf, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, gluten free.
Yeah. Exactly.
And this one actress was like, yeah, I'm allergic to water. I was like, oh, you're shitting me, right? She goes, no, I only drink Evian. I thought, because you just laughed, because you know that how ridiculous that sounds. And I'm like, okay. And
okay.
I just passed it off as BS. And
that's hysterical.
So when they got on set, I heard this commotion. They were literally pissed because there was no Evian.
Oh my god.
On set.
This is like an Adam Sandler skit,
Right.
It was like, oh, your boy needs Evian water. Oh, let me go get it for you. You can't have regular water. Jesus Christ, that's hilarious.
And it reminded me of I was just, but they were serious. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I do apologize slightly, but I'm not getting you Evian water just for you. I'm not catering to that bullshit. I'm sorry. You could drink. We didn't have, water's water for the most part, unless you're drinking it out of a pond. I mean, we did have bottled water, and it was filtered water. I mean,
yeah, they probably are wanting filtered water is what but they have a specific brand that they must have.
Well, back in, about 10 years ago, there was another incident to where this person asked if we had Voss, VOSS water.
Oh my God. I think that was actually on the Adam Sandler thing. I think it was Voss water. Yeah, I think
shit.
So. It's either Evian or Voss. I can't remember which one.
Because this person, maybe they got it from that movie because it was like a thing, and I'm like, oh dear God in heaven. But yes, I have had divas and whatnot. But you know what?
Oh my God, I love it.
And I've said this before on other podcasts. It makes for
good comedy.
It does, and this one too. I mean, I've been acting since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So I've been in Hollywood as a kid, growing up. I've met all of the. They call it the modern day Rat Pack, But back then you had Sammy, Dean, and Frank, and the other dude I never could figure out his name. But you had Rob Lowe, Emilio Estevez, and
that's cool.
all those Charlie,
Right.
So I remember the very, 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 very first.
Dude, that would have been cool to meet.
What's it called?
Guys.
Set that I met Rob Lowe on because I played hockey.
Right.
And I met him on the set of Youngblood.
Okay.
And just a normal dude, cool dude. He played, there's just the other hockey players, and we played, whatever, no big deal. I've met people that are famous now that weren't famous then when I was a teenager or even in my early 20s, and I still keep in contact with them. I'm not going to name drop right now, but they're good actors. You would know their name if I said it.
Right.
And
I have Emilio Estevez, for example. It's a well-known name.
Right. I mean, he's got a vineyard. I went to his vineyard when he first started it years ago and had some of his first vintage that he ever did.
Nice, man.
And so I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I've also seen the divas, whether they're A-listers or not, get somewhat blacklisted in a circle, not amongst everyone in Hollywood, but in a circle of people. Like if they're a diva on set, people will know about it and people will hear, and
imagine they don't get a lot of work too if they're not.
No, because people don't want to work with them. You'll tolerate them.
Yeah.
Now, me, I'm not a big actor. I've been in big movies and around big actors, but I've never been like famous. But I keep my cool on set. I chill on set. I'm just a dude. Yeah. I'm just there. I'm there to work.
In the basement.
And but I've watched it. Yeah. I've seen it. I've observed it, and I'm like, you guys are fucking assholes. And I stay away from people like that because if you say I'm sitting next to you and you're fucking around on set, they're going to think I'm with you, and they're going to be like, oh, he's a jackhole too. So I will remove myself from that situation and go stand in the corner somewhere because you may not think you're being watched on set, but you are.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, I've asked, I've talked to many hundreds of people throughout my career, anywhere from a writer to a director to casting directors to production assistants and everybody in between, and they all have stories. And I learn from those stories. I'm the kind of person that will learn from your mistake, not my mistake. I made a mistake one time on set, and it was on a Robert Redford film, and I was excited.
Yeah.
So I was taking pictures on set, and I posted that shit up on Facebook. Dude, within hours, one of the director's assistants was like, bro, you better take that shit down. And so, dude, I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Oh, no.
I'm like, so within seconds, I had that shit deleted.
Yeah.
And I apologized profusely. Like, it's okay, because we didn't say anything.
That's awesome.
But the next day on set,
I like the way they handled it too. They were very professional about it. It's good. You're gone. I mean, it's done.
Right.
So don't worry about it.
And they were like, But the next day on set, they're like, yeah, you can take pictures, but you better not post that shit
Right.
until we tell you you can. And then after, production and everything, they're like, yeah, you can post as much as you want now.
Oh, okay.
So,
Cool.
but,
That makes sense.
yeah, that makes perfect sense. But, as what we are doing, and guys and gals on other podcasts, I've made my feelings known about people that piss and moan about what Carl and I are doing. And, they don't care that we are...
I want my green M&Ms.
I had a production meeting this past Sunday, a couple days ago, and several people showed up. Gary Turner, Veronica Savage, Barbara showed up. The guy that plays the villain, I can't remember everybody's names, but I know your faces. I do apologize.
Yeah.
But not everyone, but about, 10 people showed up.
Nice.
And we had a good talk about the production and whatnot. So we're going to do another one because, a lot of people couldn't come. So we're going to set one up. Actually, guys, I'm moving next Wednesday, actually. And I will be moving close to Jan's Lounge. So I'm going to have a housewarming party / production meeting.
Nice.
And then for those that want to go over to Jan's Lounge after that, we can go check it out and whatnot. So just DM me and I'll give you my address. But anyway, there was a friend of mine. Because I don't want to say their name, because if I say their name, it could very easily be figured out who this person is that I'm talking about. And I don't want to name drop.
Right.
It was an individual. I've had one other. Last week, this girl was up my ass for like 2 months. Hey, my aunt told me about your movie. I'm really big into horror, and I'm a special effects artist. And they sent me their information, and then we would talk, and they would, go away. And then we'd talk, and finally I got a hold of their aunt. I was like, look, if they want to be a part of this production, have them get a hold of me within 24 hours, or I'm going to just put them on my no-call list.
Right.
Because I gotta get everything into play. And
it's a business.
Right. But then they declined to do the special effects, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. It is what it is. But I did. They are on my blacklist now. I will not work with them because they jacked around. And
yeah, this is for some of you guys that are just getting started,
right,
who have never had any experience. You want to make sure that you don't tell somebody you're available and then immediately turn around and say, I can't, and give XYZ. Make sure that you have a clear understanding between you and the director, whoever's casting you, the reasons why you can't do it, and have that hashed out before you even cast or chosen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way, when it comes to shooting, you already have a clear idea of what's going on. You guys talked it out. You know what's to expect, and it's not going to offend you or make you go, you know what, I can't do this at the last minute.
Right. And
you got to be available.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people do just that. We hashed it out, and they go, well, I can't do it. I'm like, okay, fine, no big deal. Next time, maybe. But I sent the script to this newest special effect artist that loves horror. I put that in quotes. You guys can't see that, but their pictures are great. They do awesome work, and they're into gore and all that kind of stuff. And after they read the script, they basically told me that they declined to do the movie because it doesn't correlate with their values or their morals. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Does that have to do with? We're not going to church, man.
You're going to go to hell if you do this movie, apparently.
I mean, they're currently working on a horror film, and it's there's blood in it and whatnot.
My question is this though: if you're doing a horror film,
right,
and let's say you're doing one that's supernatural,
sure,
and it's going to probably get in the elements of demons and devils and shit,
right, like The Conjuring.
Yeah, are you okay with doing those kind of movies? Or is it just certain ones you can't do? Do they have to be kind of like Disney related, like very relaxed and calm? Or can you do ones that are actually bloody? You just have a specific criteria.
Right. Well,
it's kind of confusing.
I think I get these wannabes that think they like horror, but they really don't know what horror is.
Yeah.
Because and here's what I'll say. Number one, the horror, and number two, our subject matter. And yes, there are a couple of scenes in there that are suggestive, but we don't show anything. This isn't a porno.
Look, this is horror.
There's no nudity in the film. Now, there's some dialogue that's pretty, you know.
I mean, it's not Hallmark. You know what I mean? Hallmark isn't doing a horror movie. I don't think they would.
You know, the dialogue is a little bit racy, you know, in one scene. But here's my problem. I tell the people, you're part of the problem. Because if you don't like that scene, either you are that kind of thing, or you're the kind of person that just wants to, and I've said this already on other podcasts, you don't want to talk about it, you want to sweep it under the rug, and you just want to ignore it. That's a problem. Yeah. And we're making a movie about this shit, and if you don't like it, fine, I don't care.
There's some difficult issues to cover, but you know what? We want to address them.
Yeah, and if you're not down with that, then I'm sorry. You know, I have no ill will towards you. I don't think bad about you. I'm not going to talk bad about you. I'm not going to tell people your name or anything. But, you know, you're not going to be like, well, you know, if you don't do that scene, then I'll work with you. Well, no.
Here's something to think about, too. Disney is even having horror films that are graphic and violent. Right. Disney.
Right.
So you can't even claim that Disney is actually too soft, because now they'll do just about anything.
Right. And you gotta think, you gotta, folks, seriously, this is a horror series. Listen to the word. I mean, dude, we just did a podcast about what horror is. But before I go any further, I already did this on our Facebook page on the Serial Killers Facebook page. We finally did, for those of you that don't know yet, we finally did pick up a DP. And Freeman Freejack Williams, we have a DP. He read the script. I thought I was going to get another, you know, pussified answer, but I didn't. He was like, dude, I love it. It's right up my alley. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you said that, dude.
Yeah.
You know, that really makes, you know, it makes the negative aspects of other things, you know, go away. And he loved everything about it. His favorite character was Dallas. And, but again, folks, if you are afraid to be an actor in a film because, oh, well, you know, what are people going to think of? And you're not even in that scene. You know,
what are
people going to think of me? Then you guys might want to stop acting or, you know, go on Sesame Street or something, because this series that we're doing is only going to elevate from episode 2 to episode 3. We're only going to get more elevated. And if you can't handle it now, you're not going to be able to handle it then.
Oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be a bloodbath.
But again, this is based off of true events. And it's kind of like, you know, like I said, and for those of you that may not know, my daughter was abducted. Her mom tried to sell her into sex trafficking when my daughter was 4 years old.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't see my daughter for 6 months, you know, and it took the FBI, U.S. Marshals, and everybody in between to get my daughter back. And
thank God she got back.
Exactly. But, you know, I'm telling that story. I'm talking about it. I'm not like, oh, it didn't happen, baby girl. You know,
right.
You know, we're not going to talk about it because it's too sensitive. We don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Well,
Fuck
you know,
that,
it's
dude.
probably good that it's out there so that you're more aware. Wouldn't you rather be informed than be in the dark?
Exactly.
And all this stuff is going on around you and you have no idea, and people are just saying, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Turn the other way.
Right. And again, it's kind of like what Quentin Tarantino says. When he was interviewed several times, he's like, I don't make movies for other people.
Right.
If you don't like it, fuck you. I don't care. I make them for me. And I'm not saying fuck you to everybody.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if you don't like it, it's not your cup of tea. Don't watch it.
It's not something.
You know, and don't act in it.
Don't
care.
Be a part of it. Don't acknowledge it.
Because you're not the only actor out there, or actress, or person. There's other people behind you that I can get. If 59 of you say no, number 60 will say yes. Like I just cast the congressman. I'm going to put that up on Facebook later today, and I'm going to put him up on the website. and he got a hold of me because we work in the same circle. And he goes, "Hey," I told him about it. I sent him the scene. He goes, "Wow." He goes, "That was intense." He goes, "I've never done that before." And then there was a but.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to try. That's the kind of actor I want to work with. One that's willing to try, because it's not real world stuff. I don't know how many times I have to tell people. And I was talking to an actress the other day, and I've been in this industry since I was 8. I've seen everything. Never once did I turn down a role because of the subject matter or anything like that. Never. Because I'm the type of actor, and I will boast and say a real actor that is going to want to act because that's what I like to do and want to do. I'm not the type of actor to be like, well, I will only act if. I don't do that. And I'm not saying, anything bad about you guys that don't want to do it, but quit freaking hitting me up and saying you want to be a part of the film. You don't want to do this character, but you'll do that one. If this scene's not done, I'm not changing anything, guys.
Probably the best thing to do is know what you're getting into before you actually are interested in it.
Right, because as I said in the production meeting, the day we start filming episode 1, I'm going to start casting for episode 2.
I hate to interrupt you, but there's some roles that I just don't like. But the thing is, I don't call a casting director and be like, "Hey,
right,
give me everything you got. I want to know." I see what he has,
right?
Or I'll say, sounds interesting. Let me see what you have. I don't say I'm interested in being part of it or anything like that.
Right.
And then if I'm looking at him like, man, I don't know if I like that.
Right.
Then I let him know, but I don't say, yeah, I'm totally game. That's cool. Send me
and
the
then
script
say,
yeah.
yeah.
And then put me on board and whatever. And then later on, hey, you know what? This doesn't jive.
Right. So, so when I start casting for episode 2, I'm going to pre-qualify people. I'm going to be like, you do realize this is horror, right? It's gory, it's sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a softie, Are you a soft horror type person? Because this next episode is going to be intense as well. It's like the kill scenes. They're not nice kill scenes. It's brutal.
Even just I can't think of a unless it's like the most innocent thing. Like I always got to mention Hallmark.
Sure.
Because that's like the softest thing I've ever seen.
Sure.
But most films that have to do with horror don't seem to be soft in any way.
No.
They don't even have to show blood, but they'll be physical.
Right.
They'll be violent.
Right.
They'll be aggressive, but they won't show blood. Is that the difference? Is that the separation?
Well, you know what? I hate to use this word. I'm going to use 2 words, woke and Karens. Because today's society has become so pussified.
Oh, yeah.
They're so sensitive about every damn thing.
Yeah.
Because, you might offend somebody if you talk about this and that. It needs to be talked about. Jump back to the 80s. Dude, let's just look at the movies there. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Hellraiser, just right off the top of my head. And then we could talk about other movies. And all 80s horror, pretty much all of them they showed tits, they showed ass, they showed sex.
Yeah.
We're not showing any of that. We're talking about a certain subject matter.
Yeah.
That is sensitive, absolutely, but it happens, absolutely. And
it's not softcore porn or even porn.
No. And
no elements of porn are in there.
And if you guys are so sensitive about, because you know what? They don't ask me questions like, "Hey, Glenn, do you show what you wrote, or is this just like directions?"
Yeah, we're not going to show kids being molested on set. That's disgusting. We wouldn't do that.
But it's like, if they ask questions, but they don't. They just go, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm not."
Well, that's why we're answering them right now.
We're answering you right now. But for those of you,
what about the Sex Master 69?
Right.
We're not actually showing some guy pounding out
right.
A slutty woman.
Right.
No.
Well, I had this.
We're implying it, but we're not showing it.
I had this one guy that was, he was a felon, and he just got out of prison, and he's like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know I'm a felon, but I really am interested I want to be an actor in your film." I'm like, "Dude, I don't give a shit that you're a felon. I just care if you can act or not."
Right.
But when I sent him that scene, he never talked to me again. And I texted him. I'm like, "Dude, you're blacklisted now. Don't contact me again. You're not going to work with me again. You don't have me jump through all these hoops for you and accommodate you, and then you just ignore me."
Yeah.
That's not cool. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to.
I guess that's what you're going to go through when
Dude,
you're
and it is
casting for people.
kind of like this is what a day in the
This is
life
what
of
it
a
is.
filmmaker.
This is
It's
what it
not
is.
all peaches and cream. And it doesn't happen just
Not
in
everyone's
horror.
celebrating every time and drinking champagne. There's ups and downs.
I mean, dude, check it. The Godfather, that was sensitive back in the day because it was talking about the mafia. They had real mobsters on set being, you guys better not fuck this up and make us look in a bad light. You know, the people were threatened on set and all this kind of stuff. Even back in 1972, I think, when it was done.
Yeah,
and
it's got to be unnerving.
Well, yeah, I mean, the same thing with Goodfellas.
You play it wrong, we're putting you 6 feet under. Oh shit!
Right. Well, there was that one. Oh shit! What's the guy's name? Oh man. There was I forget the name of the movie, but I just watched a deal on it, and it was I think it was Edward James Olmos or something like that did this movie.
Yeah,
and it was about the Mexican cartel, and he got permission from the cartel to do the film.
Right.
But then he was changing some things, and Danny Trejo said, "Dude, you better not put that in that film, because if you do, they'll come after you." And he put it in the film, and several people died. They got assassinated after the film came out, and they threatened this guy, and they said, if you don't blank, 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 and he did what they said, and they left him alone. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be horror for it to be sensitive to people. You know, you can have, well, like the movie I Spit on Your Grave. That was a rape scene, a brutal rape scene. And
never actually seen that.
Oh, you need to watch it, dude. It's a good movie. But it was in the 70s, and it was a revenge film, and it shows a lot of stuff.
Was it like a graphic revenge film? Was she like cutting things off?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm not going to say it.
No, I'm just, I'm curious.
But what I'm saying, folks, is, dude, I am the most easygoing guy. I really am. But when you fuck with me and be like, oh, yeah, I want to. And then you just read one little tiny scene, and you're like, oh, no, that goes against my morals. What are you, Mother Teresa? You know? I mean, even I think Mother Teresa would be like, well, I'm glad you're talking about this because it needs to be talked about.
Right.
You know? And we're not glorifying anything. If you read the script and you know how to read simple English, you'll know we're not glorifying anything.
Right.
We're punishing if we're doing anything. And I'm sorry that this sounds like a bitch fest and a rant, but I'm really getting tired of people, and I'm promoting you guys.
Yeah.
And then when you guys take yourself away from the project, and then I got people going, well, what happened to this person? Well,
Well, that just means like when we blow up and we become big, they're going to be kicking themselves for letting the project go.
Yeah. Because, I'm talking to several different people, and I'm not going to say who or what or when or where or how or why, but things are moving and shaking. Because I told this in the production meeting. For every 2 jackholes that, gets their, little feelings hurt over one scene, and it's not even a scene, it's dialogue.
Right.
They're not even, it's just dialogue. If that offends you, but there's 8 other people going, hey man, we believe what you're in. I got people from all over the world contacting me about, hey man, good job. We like what you're doing. A lot of musicians that want to be, and I didn't even ask them, like, oh, hey, I heard through so-and-so that you're looking for music. I would like to be a part of it. And I'm like, you do know what it's about, right? And he goes, yeah. And I support you.
I love that.
So people in other parts of the world aren't as much.
It's about networking, guys. You want to build connections. You want to build relationships. That's how you do it.
Yeah, networking. But again, and I'm not mad at anybody. I might be disappointed or frustrated, but I'm not mad. I'm not telling you how to act. No. I'm not telling you what roles to do. I'm just saying, don't tell me you're going to do something and then drop out a month later or the next day or it doesn't matter when.
And this could look bad on you if for some reason, say that we're well connected and that we reach out to someone else and be like, oh yeah, I had them in another thing. They had this excuse for so-and-so. That could look bad on you. It could reflect bad on you based on who you're working with. So don't build a bad relationship.
Yeah, don't.
Because it can hurt you in this business.
Don't think that good films can't be made in Sacramento because what's that movie that was just made here that won 2 or 3 Academy Awards? Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn.
Oh yeah.
Sean Penn
Battle
won,
After the Next.
right. Sean Penn
One
won
Battle
for
After the Next.
Best Supporting Actor. He wasn't there because he was chilling out with Zelensky. And
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say Lady Bird because that was
no. This is and then Best Director, and then and then also horror movies. Don't think that they can't win because look at Sinners. It won. It won Oscars.
It sure did. It was like the first of its kind to win.
No. The Exorcist won for Best Makeup back in the day.
Okay.
And that one, I think, Get Out.
Probably all they got one award for because everyone was puking and scared for their lives. We're gonna get possessed.
So, I mean, it's just that if you think episode 1 is bad, that's just running the warm bathwater. I'm about to boil things up as each episode.
Cook them.
And I push the envelope, and I do it because it's real to me, because it happened to me, it happened to my daughter, and it happened to my friends. It's happened to a lot of I cannot, and I haven't even said this, I cannot tell you how many people just in the past 7 days have DM'd me, called me on the phone, emailed me something that says, "Hey, brother, don't mention my name, but this is what happened to me when I was a kid, and I'm really proud of you for not putting up with the bullshit and sweeping this under the rug. I'm proud of you for making this film and shining the light upon such a negative situation." And these are people I don't even know.
Right.
I don't even know them.
Right.
But, I mean, I know their real name and stuff, but they're asking me not to use it, which is, I'm not going to.
Right.
But they're, like, patting me on the back saying, "Keep going, dude. Don't give up."
Right.
Because they've heard the podcast and they've heard, me being discouraged. I mean, I might be discouraged, but I'm not stopping.
Right.
It just makes me work harder.
Right.
And more in depth and more aggressive. So I'm going to keep shaking and moving, and I really appreciate everybody that's on board now. I mean, all the cast that I have right now have read the script. Every damn one of them.
Right on.
And and I even at the production meeting, and if I ask once, I asked a half a dozen times. I'm like, "You guys read the script?" They're like, "Yes." I'm like, "And you're still chill?" I'm like, "Yes." So and I didn't just send them their scene. I sent them the entire script.
Right.
And not everyone, but everyone that has turned it down has a problem with the end. Well, the sex master scene,
right,
and the scene with the dudes in the car before.
I even like the name Sex Master 69.
There you go.
It's just funny. I don't know.
And the only question that they ask are like the dude asked, "Is there going to be nudity?" No nudity. You're going to be wearing you could be wearing a pair of jeans. I don't care. He's going to have a robe on. He's going to take the robe off. We're going to be filming from the back, from the mid back. Or up, it's going to show him taking the robe off, so there is a bare back. But in your mind, you're like, "Oh, he's naked."
Yeah,
he's got to be naked. That's all we're showing.
Yeah,
the back of a back. But in your mind, as a viewer, like, "Oh, he's naked."
Would you describe the scene as a bit of a comical scene? How would you describe it?
I wouldn't say comical.
Okay, so maybe that's just my sick, twisted.
No, it's fine. I mean, there might
probably laugh at it, but
there might be some elements, but it's not. I would say that one line that he delivers at the end is kind of that's comical.
It might be because I'm so desensitized that it doesn't faze me. I look at it as just as entertainment.
Well, I mean, we wrote the damn thing, so we're obviously we're desensitized.
It's funny, man. It's funny. I don't know. I mean, you've seen a lot of violent shit in your days. You kind of become desensitized.
Absolutely, it's kind of like, I
mean, you're not gonna cry when someone slips and falls on a banana peel. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
breaks their hip or something.
It's like when I was when I was first in the military. I joined it at 17. I was out in the field by 18, and I was overseas and saw some shit as an 18-year-old that scared the shit out of me and freaked me out. But once I saw it again and again and again, and after a while, I'm like, okay, they just got shot. Sucks for them,
right?
I didn't even care anymore,
right?
It's
normal now.
Exactly, it's normal. I mean, it's like you see someone get their head sawed off with a knife. You're like, well, bad day for them,
right?
you know. But you know, that's the life of
It's a Monday.
Yeah,
It's kids
you
on the
know.
Mondays.
And I'm not, you know, you know, let's go for a beer.
Yeah.
And so, and again, I mean, the series is like we've said before, it's based off of true events, and we're just kind of giving you guys, you know, this podcast is specifically for serial killers. Now we also have another. We have another podcast.
Like 2 more.
Well, 2 more. We have another podcast called A Rising Star, and it's basically all about entertainment. We talk about like one of our next podcasts is like how to write a script. We'll have informative ones, but then we'll also have
movie reviews.
We'll just do different things on the entertainment. Then we got one called
or we'll talk about what's going on behind the scenes and what we're working on, whether it's skits, series, or movies.
Yeah, so that's more lighthearted. And then we have the Dude Cave. It's just 2 dudes, and we just talk about dude stuff.
Yeah,
it's off the fly, kind of like bro talk. But this one here is specifically
much needed bro talk
for serial killers, and I give you guys these weekly updates because, you know, if I don't tell you what's going on, you're not going to know what's going on. You're just going to think everything's hunky dory, and it's not. It really isn't at the moment. I mean, I got a cast for one more cast member. I won't mention what it is right now because I don't want to call the person out. And I emailed them back, and I'm not mad at them, you know, them. So again, folks, I do appreciate everybody that's cast now, and I'm glad that you guys are still on board. I really, really am, because to me, and I keep saying this, but a real actor or actress, whatever you want to call yourself, you'll act.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't care what it is. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have parameters. I mean, I understand there's some people like that one actor we were talking about earlier that refuses to kiss other women because he's married. But he also got semi-blacklisted by Hollywood for a while.
Right.
But now he's in Yellowstone. He's in The Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. So he's, you know, and if I said his name and showed you his picture, everybody would know who I'm talking about. And I don't care about that. You don't want to kiss other women? Fine, no big deal.
Yeah.
But I'm not telling you what to act in, but actors act because they want to be actors. They don't pick and choose and be divas about the damn thing. Because I promise you this, folks, if you were in LA doing this shit, your name would get around LA so quick, you would go for an audition a week later, they'd be like, nope. They would just throw your shit in the trash. And because word spreads quickly in LA.
Yeah.
But it spreads quickly nowadays because of social media.
Yeah.
You know? And again, I'm not saying, what to act in. But if you apply for a horror film, just know that it's horror. That's all I'm saying. I've said it 1,000 times. You know? And you cannot pick and choose. I mean, you can. But if you want to be a horror actor, just know there might be some naughty stuff going on every now and then.
Yeah.
You know? But if it's true, you know, I mean, it's like Kevin Bacon. He played I won't say what kind of role it was, but he played a very questionable role. No one said shit about it.
Right.
You know? It's not like I'm asking Kevin Spacey to come and act in a fucking film. You know, that would be a problem. I would then understand, probably shouldn't have him on film. I get that, but I'm not doing that. I'm just talking about certain subject matters. Well, and
then they might think you're glorifying.
Exactly. Then I will understand absolutely. But I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. But I would cast a real mobster to play a mobster, though. I would do that, you know, because what, you know, but I mean, I do have my limitations, and I think everybody would. I mean, even Quentin Tarantino wouldn't be like, yeah, let's hire Kevin. He'd be like, yeah, no. So, but again, folks, if you guys have any questions at all, everyone has my information. Reach out to me at any time. And I understand this might be more of a frustrating type of podcast today, but I'm frustrated. I'm human. I'm
Yeah.
transparent with you guys.
These are the thoughts.
I'm not telling you guys everything's peachy keen and I'm sitting here stroking a fairy.
Well, you know what's good about these things, though, is you get the inside on everything that's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly.
All the thoughts of the director, you know, and what his problems are, and like kind of what he goes through on a daily basis, and then like what his opinions are to you guys. So you have a better chance at getting a role.
Right. And I'm very, very, very transparent with you guys. I've always been. You know, and I'm more transparent with Carl than I wouldn't be with you guys, because with Carl, I've known Carl for a long time.
Yeah.
And I could open up myself to him and express my true feelings, and he'd be like, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, I understand. And but with you guys, and especially on a podcast, I try to be a bit more professional.
Right.
And I try and keep it that way. But making this film has not been easy.
No.
And we're just in pre-production.
It's been fun though.
It's been fun. I enjoy it, but I do, and I appreciate, you know, the sound guy, Blaine Santos. He's a trooper, man, and he's on board. He's really cool. And again with Freeman coming on as DP, so the only thing I need now is a person to do slates, or. I mean, they could do script supervisor too, but Veronica Savage asked a good question at the production meeting. She was like, okay, are you going to, she didn't use the word anal. But she was like, are you going to be strict about, you know, word for word in the script? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, if you say, you know, them instead of they, I don't give a shit.
Right.
But if as long as you're saying the message that I want,
right,
I don't care if you mess up on a word or two or three or even a sentence.
They can ad lib a little.
Exactly, that's what I said. Ad lib a little bit, because there's so many scenes. It's like in Stu in Scary Movie. That's my daughter calling. Hold on, guys. I'm not going to answer it, but he ad libbed that one line that he did, and they kept it in there. So yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff, but there are certain dialogue scenes where I want it to be, like maybe a line or two, but you know, I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
But I think that's enough bitching for one day. You know, and you guys kind of get the point. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think they got the message.
So I appreciate you guys, and I'll post this up here in just a few minutes, and we appreciate you guys listening. Anything else you want to say, Carl, before we go?
Yeah, just take everything that we say as a grain of salt, and that you're just getting our criticism on everything. You know, you're getting advice.
Right.
Don't take it any other way. Don't be offended by it.
Right.
Just use it as knowledge.
There you go. All right. Peace out, guys.
Later, guys.